So my number 7 movie is called Stop That Train.
Okay, haven't heard of it. Haven't seen it.
It's basically my wife put me on big time to like over the last like 2 years. She put me on big time to
came out this year too.
To RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay, haven't heard of it either.
As an editor,
you said Drag Race.
Yeah, Drag Race. It's basically like it's like a reality show that's like a competition between like drag queens.
Okay.
And they're competing to every week. Like one of them gets eliminated in challenges. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Interesting.
And over the course of the show, and eventually, like only one of them is crowned like the winner of the whole show, the entire season.
Right. Okay.
And because RuPaul is such like a tastemaker for like a lot of things, but obviously like drag especially, you get like really high level art like output from these people and like competitiveness and like professionalism. They all come from like different like schools and philosophies of drag, and like some of them are more artsy, some of them are more traditional, some of them are like rave like aesthetic, some of them are like whatever, like they have like big costumes, some of them are minimal, like there's different kinds, you know, and they come from all types of different backgrounds, and you can get like a real sense of like who they are as people, and it makes the show like very interesting and compelling to watch because it's edited so freaking well as well. Like when I watch it as an editor, like, and you get to like at the end they always have the bottom 2 people lip sync for their lives, so they have like a competitive like lip sync, and what the stakes are is that the loser goes home, right, and like their dream is like dead right there. That part always feels like the climax of a movie to me, like the way it's edited. It feels like cinematic. It's so good, actually.
So it's edited really well.
It's edited extremely
well. Really like hits you in a good way.
I think so. And so this movie, Stop That Train, is basically like, have you ever seen Airplane?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's like Airplane but with drag queens.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like a spoof movie.
Like a spoof?
Uh-huh. And especially
like on purpose?
Yeah, no, really? it's super funny. And
this does look like the Airplane poster.
No, I think it definitely takes like a direct influence from it. But where I think it succeeds like massively, where Scary Movie kind of fails, is that it actually functions really well as a movie. Because RuPaul's School of Drag is very rooted in these like vaudevillian like fundamentals of entertainment.
Right.
You know, like stage presence and like just the way like you act out a character, you know, it has to come from like you can't just do like bullshit, you know, it's very like good. And so because of that, the movie's full of all these like really good performances from these characters and like really good drag. The script is super funny because another big thing about drag culture is like campy humor. So like drag queens probably love Airplane, you know, so they get like what the humor is going for, and they know like to like go for that in their performances and stuff like that, and it's written that way. So I thought it was like extremely funny, and it was very like refreshing to see, like again in the same year that like Scary Movie comes out and it's kind of like Family Guy with it, to see something that is so like true to the fundamentals and also like really funny and like interesting and you know, to me, like progressive, like gets a lot of points. I loved it. I thought it was really cool.
Interesting. Yeah,
I highly recommend it. Yeah.
I had never heard about it.
I highly recommend it to like anybody that's just into comedies and into those kinds of spoof movies. Like,
yeah, so it's funny.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Airplane, I think you ought to be a fan of Stop.
Yeah, I like Airplane. Okay, are you on 6?
6.
Okay.
So 6 for me is gonna be technically because it was released in theaters. The Amazing Digital Circus: The Last Act.
Oh yeah. Right, I didn't watch this one, but I've heard good things.
Did you watch the show?
No, I'm not involved at all. Yeah.
Okay, so for your sake, I won't spoil it.
No knowledge. No, I'm not into the fandom at all. No knowledge.
So you're not gonna watch it.
I'm not gonna watch
it.
Okay.
Okay. Respectful. I got really into it. I was watching it like
talk spoiler
because I've always been. Since I was a kid, I've always been like an animation guy. That's like one of my big like.
At heart.
Yeah. Like, I spent like one summer, reading this guy, John Kay, who's like really controversial. I'm not supposed to like
Okay.
You shouldn't like him. I wouldn't recommend like supporting him in any way like these days. But when I was like 12 and before all that stuff was known, he had this blog that was basically like free art advice, like free cartooning advice on like the internet. And I learned like I always liked drawing and I was naturally kind of good at it, but it just like opened my mind up to like actually how to appreciate like visual art, you know. And from there, like my love of cartoons was really like solidified because then I felt like whenever I watched a show or a movie, I could actually appreciate like animation wise like stuff that was good about it. The Amazing Digital Circus as a show, to me, from the pilot, I think that they were like pushing things into like a new realm with what computer anime. It's like if Looney Tunes was able to like break the fourth wall sometimes, you know, with their like animation in a funny way,
Okay.
you know, by doing things that were obviously impossible in real life, but through like the magic of animation, you can make this gag work. I think that Digital Circus found a way to do that with what like independent like computer animation is able to do. And also like the characters in the story I found like really compelling and really funny. And so when you finally see it built up like to the final like movie here, to think, you know, me as somebody who's always supported independent animators on the internet since I was like 10 on like Newgrounds and stuff, to see in the theater something that started off as like just an independent team just saying, hey, fuck it, man, we're gonna just make a show and see what happens. And it blows up, they get to have their finale in theaters, and it's like really good. It's like the whole thing is almost, most of it is kind of like a dream sequence, like in a way. Like they go into this character's mind who's like kind of like dying, and they look at like all of his, or her actually, deep dark secrets, and it's like this really like abstract, surreal, like symbolic thing, which is like not what the whole show was, mind you. So the fact that they like do that at the end and it's really effective, I'm like, to me that's like really cool, you know.
So I didn't know that it was the. I mean, obviously it says the last act, but I didn't know it was the finale.
Yeah, it's
So
the finale
it's the
of the
wrap
show.
up of a show, and is the show pretty long?
It's like, I think this is like episode 9. So you could probably watch the whole show in like 5 hours.
Oh, so it's short.
It's very short.
It's relatively pretty short.
Yeah.
And you said as far as like a finale goes, you think it wrapped up well?
I think so, and it doesn't even necessarily end on like the storybook like happy ending that you want.
Yeah.
One of the big themes is like, look, life like deals you what it deals you, and you have to like just make the best of the life that you have.
Oh.
A lot of kids who shouldn't be watching the show, but they do, were in the theater.
Yeah, I've heard.
And I was thinking about how funny it would be, like imagining myself as a kid dragging my parents to this movie with all this like weird stuff happening, especially if you have no context, like what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, this looks crazy.
But I think that the message for a lot of kids is like it's a really good one.
For kids.
Yeah, for
Okay.
kids to like, you know, just learn to like not only like be comfortable like with yourself, but like trust yourself, trust in like who you are, and you know, like life isn't always going to be easy, but just take it as it comes and try not to lose yourself, and you'll be okay, you know.
Okay. So Digital Circus, that was your 6?
Yeah, that was my number 6.
Okay.
Let's see, what was number 5? 5 was Hoppers, which is another
I enjoyed Hoppers.
Pixar movie. I just liked it. I
liked
liked it a
it
lot. Although actually, I just realized I think I forgot to put Toy Story 5 in this list. So, you know what? I might, for the sake of not complicating things, I'll leave Hoppers where it's at.
I was gonna ask, which one did you like more?
I definitely would put Toy Story 5 above Hoppers.
I would put Hoppers.
So I guess this is like number 5, but Toy Story 5 is like an invisible like.
So you put
Above
the
it.
Disney movies, they're both Pixar, right?
Yeah, I guess I could like put them together.
Okay, so Toy Story 5 off the technicality with Hoppers.
Yeah.
In 5 area.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I'm a big fan of Pixar always, and even as their like animation like style, the teams, the directors have like changed over the years. I think like that very core thing where they're trying to like help, not help, but like they're expressing things like on a kid level that are like very complicated and hard. And I think that that's just I just always get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
You know, like how I said you compare like Studio Ghibli, like Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and stuff like that with like Pixar. I think it just makes a lot of sense. Like they have very similar philosophies in their like approach to kids media, in my opinion. So
I thought Hopper was cool. I thought it was fun, honestly.
yeah,
It was like Pixar more or less going in the right direction.
yeah, I thought
After
so too.
a few years, I know people are kind of like you said off of Pixar, but
Yeah.
we'll also check them out. But I definitely enjoyed my time with Hoppers. I've seen it, I think twice.
Oh really?
I've seen it twice.
I only saw it the one time.
I enjoyed it. My theater had a good reaction. I will say the second time I watched it, I think I watched it with like a group of like 4 people, and they weren't that engaged, honestly. So it's how it goes when you watch you put on a movie sometimes. But,
Sure.
I liked it. I liked all the stuff with the animals. I think his name is like King George, like the
Yeah.
what are they, badgers?
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought it was fun.
Oh, and I also I like the you know, I guess I'm big on like messaging in movies, and I think kind of like the radical environmentalism like
Yeah.
as a message is also pretty like I think it's cool. Like you don't see many things, especially like in our current day. I think a lot of stuff is afraid to get like political.
Yeah. It was
So-
her going back and forth with like the mayor, governor.
Yeah, the I mean, it's literally political. You
Yeah.
know? So like, I think that's again, it's just another thing that gets points for me. They're taking swings that other people are afraid to
Yeah.
take, and I think that's cool.
Okay.
Number 4, not counting, let's skip Toy Story 5, right? Although I guess you know.
You
whatever.
would put it around there.
I probably would, yeah. Which I guess would technically bump Michael off the list, but we won't talk about that. So as of right now, my list on Letterboxd without Toy Story 5, Obsession is at number 4.
Okay.
This got talked up to me a lot as like Gen Z has arrived.
Yeah.
You know, like in filmmaking.
And you watched it a few weeks after, right? Like when the hype was.
Yeah, I
already-
watched it when the hype was like towards the end of its run in theaters. It was the thing really that kind of got me out of my like funk. With movie watching.
for this year.
Yeah, and I didn't have my mind blown like per se.
Okay.
But I thought it was super solid. I really liked it. I hardly have any gripes against it as a movie.
What do you rate it real quick?
What did I rate it? I think I rated it a 4 out of 5.
So like an 8.
Yeah, and I would stand by that still, because I think it punches really well in its own weight class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
a good
Like
way of putting it.
it doesn't like try to like be more like the camera work doesn't try to do like much fancy. The story is kind of small. If you see it, there's only like really a handful of locations in the whole movie that they just kind of like
Yeah.
go back and forth between.
The house, the shop, and like the party.
And as somebody who spent like a bit of time in LA, like making films with like independent like people, you know, like low budget, no budget type stuff, the way that the movie was made to me was very clearly like it felt like that. It felt like
Low budget.
very low budget, but not bad.
Yeah.
You know, and they just you get to a point when you're like under those circumstances, you learn what to prioritize, what you can, right? What doesn't need a budget to be good is characters, it's story, it's pacing, it's acting, it's like themes, you know.
The score. I mean, I don't know if it was a score or the soundtrack, but every time that like music was in the background or there was like some
Yeah.
sort of like song in the background, and it does have that Obsession score. I don't know if it's an original score or not. I like that one as well.
Yeah, no, the score was very good. I thought a lot of the music, like the needle drops in it,
Yeah.
like total Gen Z bait. Like
Yeah,
it
I
took me
know.
back to when I was like a freshman in college.
Yeah.
You know, like those moments like when they're in the car, right,
Uh-huh.
and that song is playing and they're kind of like getting close.
Before like that moment.
Before that, it reminded like that's the association that kind of music has to me. You know,
Yeah.
like sitting in a car late night with a girl you have a crush on or
Mhm.
something, and you're just talking. Like it felt like that.
Like getting vulnerable.
Yeah, and it felt too like in general. I think the movie like if I were to like try to pitch the concept, I think I would say that it's like all of those like hard conversations that you hate to have or that you dread having, in like relationships or in romance, like with your crush, whatever, the movie like takes those anxieties about those hard conversations and makes horror out of that. Because the whole movie basically happens because Bear has no spine and he can't like have any hard conversations. You know, he can't tell like Nikki how he feels, and when things go crazy, he can never put his foot down.
And say he messed up.
Yeah, he's just like I don't usually use this kind of language, but he's such a beta. Yeah, he kind of pissed me off in the movie. Like I didn't like him.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people interpret it as like Bear is actually the villain of the movie, and I think I agree with that, to be honest. But no, it was really solid, and I'd be super excited to see what Curry Barker does next. It was really cool seeing so many fresh faces on camera and behind the camera.
Yeah.
It gives a lot of hope. I think where Backrooms made me feel like, oh, dude, this 20-year-old, the ship has sailed. I'm fucking done. Obsession made me feel like, no, I could still I could still do something. Like you could still be good.
I liked also from Obsession, like I think it had really good sound effects.
Yeah.
But also like the use of like shadows, like the use of darkness was really what was like carrying it for me.
Oh yeah.
Like you were just stuck in that room with them, like when they're laying down and like something bad's gonna happen, or if he moves she's gonna freak out, and it's just like pitch.
No, for real.
It's super dark.
In my own filmmaking, right, something I love is like digital cameras. About digital cameras is something they can do that film cameras really can't, is like shooting in the dark, shooting at night. Because they're able to get information like from darkness that like if you look at like a film camera, it just becomes black. You know? And I think that those details that you're able to extract from like the black in the digital camera, I think that they make it like just bright enough that your eye like is able to like when you're adjusting to light in the dark, it makes you feel like that, but except like you're never able to adjust, like because the movie doesn't actually become brighter. So like those scenes where Nikki's like in the dark and you can kind of see like her contorting like facial expressions, but you also kind of can't. Like the horror of it was very, very effective in that way, just kind of fucking with your brain, you know, like your perception itself. And the movie made me feel icky, and I kind of
big time.
I thought that was great. It's good horror.
It was effective, yeah.
Let's see. So that was number 4.
You're on 3 now.
Number 3 was a movie called They Will Kill You.
Yeah,
you saw that one?
Yeah, I did see They Will Kill You.
So, we've talked like off camera about Euphoria season 3, and I personally didn't like it.
I liked it.
I felt like Sam Levinson. My wife put it like he's reheating Quentin Tarantino's Nachos, and I think that's like a very good way to. It feels like he wants to be Quentin Tarantino so bad, right? But I'm at a point like where I think you can't just have aesthetic like by itself. You have to have substance too. And I think that They Will Kill You achieves both. I think it manages to have like a story and characters and ideas and themes that are like resonant, that like you want these characters to succeed, you get invested in their like backstories, and you feel like emotions about like the villains. You feel like these people are like terrible, like you want them to lose, you know. And the movie is just so stylish and so cool. It was like it's like Kill Bill, you know, but for like a new generation. I never seen like the lead actress in anything before, but you know, consider me a fan now. Like I'm gonna be into like whatever she does next.
I just know her from Deadpool to.
Oh shit!
She's Domino.
Oh shit! No way!
You know which one? You know which one? Yeah, she's like I'm just super lucky, and there's like planes crashing and cars crashing, and she's just like walking perfectly in the middle of it.
Okay, so she's kind of been awesome because she's actually like one of the best things in that movie too.
Yeah, so that's where I know her from.
Whoa, that blew my mind. Okay, yeah, no, so she's great. That she's actually older than I thought she was too. So props for looking young, I guess. But no, like it was cool, and again, like it's like another thing where I feel like directors are, without like needing the same clout, you know, as being like, oh, my movie made like billions of dollars. Some studios are just, they're pumping out like mid-budget projects and letting directors have some control over them again, and we're getting cool stuff like that. I had a blast with that movie. I thought it hit all of its notes like pretty perfectly. So
yeah,
that's definitely one that I'm gonna probably own a physical copy of and watch it like from time to time.
Yeah, it was unexpected to me. I didn't know what the movie was about. This is one of the movies I was lucky enough to go into. someone recommended it to me. My girlfriend had actually seen it.
Mm.
So I was like, I'm gonna go check it out. And yeah, it was a good time because I didn't know what to expect from it.
Yeah.
But as soon as it started, I was like, all right, like this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, that whole, I don't know if it's a hotel or what you would call it, because they were like housing women. I don't know what you would call it.
No, it was like a hotel.
Yeah, it was like
Definitely
somewhat like a hotel, but
but
also with like the rich.
something like a what's the word? It's like a B word.
Brothel or something like that?
Yeah, like a brothel.
That's what's
yeah.
going in my mind too, but might be wrong. But that had a good vibe to it. Like once they did make it there,
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, totally.
And the whole like trying to fight for her sister was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, like it's.
And then her sister's in on it, and she's like, "Hey, you're kind of like messing this up for me.
Mhm.
I didn't know you were gonna be here. I was already signed up for this like tradition."
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool.
I
Alright.
totally agree.
So number 2.
Number 2 is Send Help.
Yeah. Okay.
You just like me grew up with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies,
Right.
and those changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Spider-Man 1 coming out at the time it did, I was 4 years old, seeing it in the theaters. I think it like genuinely changed my brain chemistry and changed the way that like my brain could perceive like visual storytelling. It opened a world up to me, and I don't think I'd be a filmmaker today if it wasn't for Sam Raimi and his Spider-Man trilogy. So he, again, like how you said, Toy Story is always going to get like, a couple points bumped up like for you. Sam Raimi, dude, I'm gonna like ride or die like his movies as well. Like I love everything he does. Send Help was great because the thing about him, like since Spider-Man, it's been really hard for him. He doesn't like come out of retirement very much. He's always on hiatus, and when he does, it's like usually kind of a flop and like a critical like flop too, like not just commercially. I like his stuff. Like I liked Oz the Great and Powerful, and I really liked his Doctor Strange movie.
I enjoy that movie a lot more than like everyone else does. I've seen it quite a few times at this point.
No, that's a whole other conversation. But like comic book movie fans kind of piss me off. Like because when I feel like when they get a good movie, they don't want it.
Yeah.
It's because, but yeah, that's a whole other thing. But Send Help was just. It's just like I think we're in a renaissance of like thrillers, just these movies where the trailer gives you a concept where you're like, well, I gotta see how that ends. Like, what do these characters do? And then makes you go to the movies, and then you go to the movie and it delivers, and it's kind of like a roller coaster ride the whole time. Sam Raimi's really good at having these movies that take you like up and down and all around, like different emotions. You'll be laughing one scene, you're horrified the next scene. You'll be like gripping like your armrests like in another scene, and then you'll be like relieved and you'll feel like everything's fine, and then he like whacks you over the head with a twist. Like it's great. He's one of my favorite filmmakers ever. I think just visually he's I wouldn't say okay, I was gonna say like he's on par with Spielberg, but I don't think I want to say that. I think what I want to say is that he's got like a super developed like visual like voice all his own.
Yeah.
And
his own style.
Send Help is just like another great example of his
him.
filmmaking. Yeah.
It's like 100% him.
Totally. So that's my
your
number 2.
Your
Yeah.
runner-up for 2026.
Number 1, I gotta do Project Helmet.
Yeah.
Is the number 1 movie of the year so far.
Right.
I knew nothing about it prior to going to see it.
No knowledge of the book or the story.
No, yeah, nothing. And I was like really, really wowed by it.
Yeah.
Like by the time it finished. And it was a great like ode to sci-fi movies while also being like a great sci-fi movie in its own right. I thought I personally have gotten so used to seeing Ryan Gosling as like all of these like super stoic, like never like talking, like super serious kind of like guys in a lot of his roles that he's had in the last like I feel like the last 2 decades. Like it's pretty much like all these.
Or
guys.
like really comedic. Or do you think more just stoic?
I have not personally seen him in a lot of like comedic stuff.
Okay.
So seeing him in this, like being so likable and warm and like charismatic, like like a real like movie star, I was like, wow, like I forgot, like Slash maybe didn't even know he could like perform that way, you
Okay.
know, and if you think about it, he's basically carrying the entire movie by himself, like the
Completely.
whole time,
Completely.
and there's a lot of stuff that he has to balance. He's like thinking about his past, he's thinking about his future, he's thinking about his mission, he's thinking about like his insecurities and his motivations. Like there's so much like internal work that the movie like shows him doing while also being like a space like sci-fi like comedy thriller.
What did you think of the flashbacks?
I thought that they were like really good.
I thought they worked.
Yeah, and the way they visually are so like different from like when he's on the
In
spaceship
space.
that it shows like how different things used to be, how far in the past that was,
Mhm.
and contrasts it to like how he's changed as a character and
Mhm.
like it makes you feel like existential, which I think all the best sci-fi movies make you think about, like your place in the universe, your place in time,
Right.
and stuff like that. Like it reflects back on you.
And the space scenes were just
Yeah,
really
they look
they
great.
worked. Yeah, they looked really well.
They look great. The little dude, the little like alien
Rocky.
character. Yeah, Rocky. I was like, what's his name? The Rock guy. No, he was cute. He was awesome. It's like everything the movie tried to do. Like it was just so endearing and like well made. And when I saw at the very end, like when the credits started, and I saw that it was made by Lord and Miller,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's why it's like incredible. That's
Yeah.
why it's what it is, because
Mhm.
those guys, they don't miss. You know.
Yeah. I didn't know that
Everything
coming going in, but I liked a lot of their movies. Once I saw how much they had like stacked up
Yeah.
of movies
No,
I liked.
Those guys are great.
Yeah, I
man.
think it's
They're great.
the Spider-Verse movies, the Jump Street movies,
Yeah, Lego movie.
the Lego movie, and I think that's most of them. But it's pretty good like range.
Yeah.
Once you throw in Hail Mary, it's like a really like big range of movies that.
No, yeah, it was really really good. And they were supposed to do. You follow like Star Wars? You're Star. Oh yeah, you're a
Yeah.
Star Wars fan. Obviously.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
So the Solo movie.
Yeah.
They were actually like originally supposed to direct that movie.
Oh, okay.
They
I
were-
haven't seen it, but I've heard like it's good.
I thought it was pretty terrible.
I've heard people rank it right in the middle,
Yeah.
like because a lot of people think that the prequels, like the 2000 ones,
Yeah.
like go behind it,
Really?
or the sequels definitely go
Oh
behind
my
it.
god, that sounds like crazy to me. But
You
also,
put it behind like the sequels as well.
I'm somebody who I straight up kind of love the sequels. I mean the prequels.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
say prequels or sequels?
Well, do you put Solo behind the sequels?
I put it behind.
Or are you saying you don't like it to the point where it's just like at the bottom?
Okay, because the other thing is, I think like. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mhm.
The Last Jedi to me is like one of the best Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I like it too.
So that one, it's definitely better than Solo. Force Awakens, it doesn't do much for me, but it's not a bad movie at all.
Hmm.
So I guess I'd put that above Solo.
I like Force Awakens.
Now, the last one,
That's Rise.
number 9, Rise of Skywalker,
Rise.
right? That's a pretty bad movie, I think.
Yeah.
But it's at least, I feel like it could be fun if you're in the right mood for it, if you're ready to just turn your brain off
Yeah.
and watch something. I don't think Solo is even like fun. Like
Okay.
it's bad and it's boring
Yeah, I haven't
and it's
seen it.
like we should watch it. We should watch it.
I haven't seen that
We
one,
should-
and I haven't seen Rogue One.
I'm curious what you think.
I've just seen like the ones that say Star Wars
I saw Rogue
and
One.
Mando. Oh, you didn't put Mando in your list. Did you not watch Mando?
I didn't watch Mandalorian.
Mm.
I didn't follow the show. I haven't been into like pretty much like post Disney Star Wars. I just don't
Okay.
really, like
I haven't seen any
too
of the
much.
shows.
Um,
I just like jumped into it to see how it was.
no, but my point in bringing that up, White, was that like in my opinion, Solo is a terrible movie.
Mm-hmm.
So like the idea that like Lord and Miller were actually working on it for like a couple years
Mm-hmm.
before Disney just was like, actually, we want to do like something else, so you guys are fired, or they quit or something like that. But like they got off the project. and then they had like tons of reshoots, tons of rewrites. So the final product of Solo is like way different. But to see what they did with Project Hail Mary makes me really wish that we had seen what that Solo movie could have been.
With these directors.
Yeah. Because, I'm like, these guys don't miss, you know? It probably would have been awesome.
I mean, maybe they wouldn't have done one of the other movies, though.
That's true.
Maybe they wouldn't have started working, like, on Spider-Verse and stuff.
That is so true. Is that how the timeline lines up? Like, Solo was before?
I want to say Solo was, like, 2017 or 20... Maybe earlier. Okay, let me do my top 10.
Yeah, go for it. I'm excited to hear.
Okay, so completely different... Hold on. Yeah, completely different list. Mine are like a lot more mainstream, plus I have some shows.
Mm-hmm.
So let me change one of these real quick. Actually, I'll just... okay, I'll leave it like this. Okay, so my top 10 projects for 2026, honorable mentions. I did 3 honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I have GOAT, which is the Sony animated basketball movie.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I enjoyed it. Honestly, like... I had it in my 10 for a while.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna leave it off, but that one, GOAT's a lot of fun. It's supposed to be like Spider-Verse animation.
Yeah, it was like the same animators,
that.
right?
So it was cool.
It looked cool.
It was cool, and it's funny. It's a lot funnier than I thought.
As a basketball fan, like, is it like service, like, you know, like basketball stuff?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's because it's like a ridiculous like exaggeration. It's called like I think what is it called? Not like Animal Bar or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a different game of basketball. But as far as like street ball goes, they did a lot of street ball scenes.
Nice.
Those were really cool.
Cool.
I had one more honorable mention on here I threw off, but it's okay. My other honorable mention was Mortal Kombat 2.
Nice.
Because I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it?
No. I'm thinking if something made your list that wasn't on mine, like I basically listed everything I saw this year. So
right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. So my other honorable mention was Mortal Kombat 2. I think it was like a lot of fun. The characters are like fully Mortal Kombat characters in my opinion, and it works because it's like a tournament style, like tournament to the death. Eventually, you have your representatives from each realm.
Yeah.
But the sets are really cool. I have a few videos of this like that I took during the movie illegally. But like this movie's just like really beautiful. Like they went all out.
Wow.
Just like making it full Mortal Kombat, like not Mortal Kombat in the real world, like just a full Mortal Kombat tournament, and we're jumping realm to realm. It was actually pretty cool.
Was it campy, like cheesy in a good way?
In a good way, yeah, because it has Johnny Cage in it.
Yeah.
So like Johnny Cage is.
Oh, because he's like the main character.
He's the main character this time. Even Baraka was like pretty campy, but in a good way, yeah. I have one more honorable mention here. I threw off like last minute, but it's okay. Okay, so my top 10 for 2026. At 10, I did put Mando and Grogu. I didn't watch the show. I am like a baseline level like Star Wars fan, but I knew I wanted to see it, and I thought it was pretty cool. Like just Star Wars themes. It was very Star Warsy in my opinion. And it's basically like a mission, like a bounty hunter mission the whole time. But it was pretty cool.
Wait, but what made you like so determined to see it if you hadn't seen the show?
It's just a Star Wars movie in theaters.
Okay.
And like that's what I had. I remember watching. What was the first one we said? Of the sequels?
Rogue One?
No.
Oh, Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. I went to watch Force Awakens with literally no other Star Wars knowledge. Like
Wow.
at that point, I hadn't seen New Hope. I hadn't seen Empire, but I saw Force Awakens was in theater, and I knew it was going to be this huge thing.
Yeah, you're like, I can't miss out on this.
I can't miss out on it. I was pretty young at the time. I think I was a freshman or something. But like even that experience of seeing how big it was, I was like,
yeah. I always forget you're younger than me, so
Yeah.
I'm like, that makes sense. You hadn't seen all the Star Wars movies.
I was like, I just had to get into it at that point, but I had no knowledge or anything.
Man.
The guy next to me was like, "Oh, it's my 6th time watching this movie." So I was like, "All right, Star Wars people are obviously crazy." But same thing with Mando. I didn't watch the show, but I was just interested in seeing whether I would like it or not. I knew I wasn't gonna binge the 3 seasons quick enough. My number 9, I have Daredevil: Born Again season 2, which is the Disney Plus Daredevil show. Lots of fun. It's basically Daredevil versus Kingpin for like the territory of New York or Hell's Kitchen. But it's pretty good. A good step up from season 1. Number 8 is where I have They Will Kill You. I've seen it one time. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, I would put it higher. But it was just like a surprising movie that I enjoyed, and I'm sure I'll watch again. Number 7, I have The Boys season 5.
Ooh.
Not the best season of The Boys. Probably not even like it's borderline top 3, maybe the 4th best. But I think they hit the notes right with the character and like the Boys universe and
I
how
agree.
they should feel.
I read like an internet comment that said like for story, like actual plot, season 5 is like 6 out of 10.
It's not all there.
But for character arcs,
Yeah.
it's like 9 or 10 out of 10, and I think that's a really good way of putting it.
It is. So like for Homelander is very like Homelander. The Deep obviously like continues to be himself. Starlight, but the cast of The Boys, who is like this group trying to take down all superheroes. We spend a lot more time with them as a group. So like The Boys did actually land pretty well for me.
Yeah, I thought the ending was great.
Number 6 is where I have Send Help. I wish I could have it higher, but this is one of those movies that, like we said, it's very Sam Raimi, like all over it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is either my like top 5 or like off the list.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me, but I was enjoying it. I don't know how long it is, but I thought it did go a little bit long, or like there were some elements that came like really out of left field.
I get that.
But that's just how he is, so I
Yeah.
can't go into a movie, buy a ticket for this movie and be like, well, what happened, you know?
Yeah.
But I have 6, Send Help. Number 5, I have Hoppers. Just because I think the time it came out early in the year. So maybe that's why I'm like pretty high on it.
So Hopper's like placed the same for both of us. That's interesting.
Yeah, I enjoyed Hoppers. I think as far as like the weight of it goes, maybe when I was watching the movie I felt a little bit higher on it, but just looking back on it, I just remember it being a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Had some good comedic moments. Everything with, like we said, with the mayor and the governor, and the political sense of it was cool. The ending's a bit much, like where he turns into like he's like a bug being taken
Yeah.
the bug's taking over his body. But cool movie.
Yeah.
Number 4, I have Invincible season 4. This might be like the second worst or like the bottom 2 seasons.
Really?
Yeah, but the other 2, like season 1 and 3, I would rank like a 9 or a 10 out of 10.
And that's the latest season, season 4?
Yeah. And season 4 and season 2, I would rate like an 8 out of 10. So it's not really like...
Oh, so it's not bad. It's
not
just,
at all. Not at all. I just, every other year, I probably would had this like 1 or 2.
Okay.
But for this year, just because like I think it's like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I have it at number 4, but everything with Thrag was a lot of fun. Just to see the Invincible characters again was really cool. Number 3, I have Michael. I put it really high.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I put my 3 and 1 really high for like I think its influence. But I've seen Michael twice now. I thought it was a lot of fun, and like you said, it is kind of like going to a concert. But for me, it was like in all the right ways. Maybe I just watched it in good environments, but I enjoyed my time with it. I enjoyed like the little like Easter egg-ish kind of like, oh look, here's when this happened, and here's Thriller, and here's
like if you're like a Michael Jackson fan, there's a lot of things in there that
Yeah.
you're like, you know.
that, and the father, like the stuff with the father really did resonate with me well. Like when everything was happening in the beginning,
Yeah.
that first like 15 minutes we spend with Michael being small, basically like being forced to like perform, even though it's natural to him, he obviously is being like forced to perform. I thought that was cool. So it started off really, really well for me.
Yeah.
And from there, like it kept itself high enough. And I wouldn't say I like anything else on this list, like a ton that I did like Michael, and I kind of wanted to put it high.
Nice.
Number 2, I put Project Hail Mary.
Nice.
I think I was never at a 9 out of 10 for this movie. I think I was always like at an 8.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just a ton of fun. The space scenes were like amazing. Ryan Gosling was obviously really good in this movie. Made me watch a few of his other movies as well. But yeah, he's just a killer. Everything with him and Rocky was cool. Like the kind of like that buddy cop, that buddy like duo in space trying to like accomplish a mission.
Yeah.
And I did like the seriousness of it when the missions did start going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And the flashbacks were fine for me. I know some people didn't like the flashbacks, but to me it worked. To me it worked fine.
It caught me by surprise how there's like a final act that like happens as a surprise. Like it's like a twist. Because remember, like Rocky's like running out of fuel and stuff, and then it becomes a whole other thing where he's got to like go back and save him.
Yeah.
And I think like the fact that like that works just goes to show that like this movie, it knows how to like not overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it really is able to like extract everything like valuable that it can out of like its characters and its scenarios and stuff like that, and continue like always building onto itself. Like, it never feels like it loses steam for like the entire thing.
Yeah, I was good on it the whole time. I really enjoyed Project Hail Mary. My number one for 2026 is Obsession. Project Hail Mary might be like a better film. Obsession I just enjoyed because of its like impact. Like, people were talking to me about it,
Yeah.
and it's, you know, we probably go to the movies a lot more than the average person,
Yeah.
but random people were talking to me about it. You know, family gatherings at
Oh, yeah.
work, people were bringing it up. Obviously, it's had a huge influence
Yeah.
on TikTok, Instagram. The budget and the return of money that this movie has made is, you know, to me, something that has like revitalized the movie theaters this year. Even though it's bound to happen this year, just because there's so much to happen, like so much coming out.
Yeah.
It did, like, in my opinion, we'll look back and it started with Obsession.
No.
So just to see how much that movie was getting sold out, people like joking about Freaky Nikki, you know, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
People saying like, "Oh, that's my wife," and like, "That's my girlfriend."
I said that
and,
to
like,
my wife though, when I was like sitting next to her. I was like, "That's you."
It's like somehow we made horror movies like relatable to like just such a big scale
Yeah.
this year. So I'm gonna give it like its flowers. Like, I'm gonna put it at number one. I kind of expect it to like finish like maybe 6 or 5 by the end of the year, because there's so much coming out this year.
Oh, like you think you're gonna move it down?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's a ton of stuff coming out this year.
Yeah, and that gets into what our most anticipated movies are.
Yeah. We can do our most anticipated. Do you want to do yours first?
Sure. I don't think I'll have a lot to say about each one
These
because
ones we can move by, yeah.
yeah, because I'm like, we haven't seen them. Like, what can I say?
Yeah.
You know. So let's see. I'm just gonna read them off because it's like in no particular order.
Okay.
You know, although I guess I will say the Odyssey definitely is my most anticipated
Okay.
of this year.
I did mine in order, so that's your one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love. Well, the thing is, I'm not like a Christopher Nolan fanboy, but man, that guy, he puts things on camera that have never been on camera before.
Right.
You know, especially the fact that he loves like practical effects, like no CG. You know, like what you're looking at all the time is like it's really in front of the camera to some extent.
Do you want to share your favorite Nolan real quick?
Ooh. Good question.
You only get one.
My favorite Nolan. I think I would have to go with The Dark Knight.
Okay.
I don't think it's objectively his best or anything.
Yeah. What is your favorite?
It's my favorite.
Okay.
It was the first film of his I ever saw, and that one too like kind of blew my mind. Like as a
Yeah.
kid watching it, like similar to Spider-Man.
I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet.
Oh shit. Okay, Oppenheimer is probably actually his objective like best movie.
Really?
in
It's
my
that good?
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of messed up not watching it in theater, and now I'm kind of like... I'm always like, should I watch it at home? But like, I just don't know. I'm waiting for them to basically re-release it.
I have a really good TV.
Uh-huh.
If I get a 4K of it, like it'll get pretty close to like the experience.
Okay, I'm down.
So like I'll get the 4K and maybe we could like watch it or something.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's awesome. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so-
But my favorite is still the Dark. I'll put on the Dark Knight before I'll put on Oppenheimer. But Oppenheimer is his best movie.
Okay, so the Odyssey, you know, relatively your most anticipated.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just throw out a few more.
Let's see, Spider-Man: Brand New Day,
Right.
obviously, just because always been a big Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge fan of the MCU Spider-Man stuff.
Okay.
But it's just a thing. Like I gotta go see it. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl. I don't know what it is about this one, but I'm really excited for it. I don't know anything about Supergirl as a character. I guess the trailers just look good to me or something.
You know what the movie's gonna be about?
My understanding is it's based on this like comic book story, like one of her best comic book, considered like one of her best comic book stories, where it's like her birthday. So she goes to a planet that has a red sun, I think is like what makes her lose her powers, so she can get drunk and celebrate.
Right. Okay.
But then it ends up being like almost like an odyssey of her own, where she like can't get back home without like this like crazy like plot and adventure
Okay.
that like happens to her.
Okay.
and that too, like, that's an interesting like plot. Like that sounds fun. So I think it's gonna be pretty good. This movie Hope, I think it's Korean. I keep seeing the trailers for it at the Draft House, like before stuff, but it's like I guess it's like aliens. It looks really, really well directed for like an actiony like monster like alien movie.
Okay.
It looks like there's a lot of tension and like like long shots and slow pacing like where it counts and cool visual effects and it looks badass. So
yeah,
I can't wait to see
I
that.
hadn't heard about it, but I'll check it out.
The Only Living Pickpocket in New York. That one, I haven't personally seen a lot of buzz about it. I only like have heard about it like here and there, but just the cast.
Where'd
know.
you hear about this one? I've never heard about this.
I believe I saw a trailer of it like a few months ago, just like randomly on YouTube. And when I was like cramming to figure out like what movies are coming out this year for the podcast here, I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, that one. And then I looked again at like who's in it, and it was like John Turturro, Giancarlo Esposito, like all these older, like really great actors.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that sounds like it's gonna be my jam. Like that sounds like it's gonna be cool.
Interesting.
So I'm excited to see that. The Social Reckoning, which is number 6. The Social Reckoning. That's going to be the sequel to The Social Network.
Oh, I have heard about this.
Which in the last few years I've come to like appreciate the hell out of that movie. I think it's Godfather level. Like
it's good.
It's one of the best movies.
How many
ever
times
made.
have you seen it?
See, because my roommate, when I lived in California, he got onto a kick where he was watching this movie like a few times a week.
Yeah, I've seen it
for like a while.
I've seen it like 4 times.
I think I've probably lost count of how many times I've seen it. At least, I've probably seen it at least like 8 times.
The Social Network.
Yeah, like actually like properly watching it, like not just catching it, probably like 8 times.
Okay.
Which I love. And the fact that they're doing a sequel of it, Aaron Sorkin's writing and directing it, David Fincher's not directing it this time, so we'll see like what happens. I don't necessarily like... I feel like it can either be like a total dud or it might be a masterpiece. I feel like there's no in between. But either way, like I gotta go see it, you know. Legend of Aang: The Last Airbender.
Right.
I loved that show when I was a kid. I keep saying, I'm a huge animation fan.
Mm-hmm.
This one, like I always felt bad for the team behind the Last Airbender show because Nickelodeon like treated them like shit over and over and over again.
They're still talking about it.
Despite making like incredible stuff like the whole time. So it's unfortunate, I think, that the only reason we know about it is because it got leaked, right? And it got put on the internet. I never watched it because I make a point not to watch leaks for the most part because I respect the creators.
Yeah. It got fully leaked, like the full movie.
Yeah. But I haven't watched it, and I was like, hey, if they ever release it, I will. Well, they're gonna release it, so I'm gonna go see it. I expect it to be.
That's too bad for them that it got released, but.
No, but the other thing is that the reason that they did that was because Paramount was just gonna bury it. Like they did with other stuff. There was like a Batgirl movie.
Yeah, I heard about
that. Got totally just. It's lost media now because they just destroyed it instead of released it so they could make it like a tax write-off.
Yeah.
So studios are doing shit like that, and that's why like the movie was never going to come out despite being like completely done, and it's like absurd,
Yeah.
So I definitely want to support animators and creators and filmmakers and just do my part in that, and hopefully see something that's really good that's based on a property that I've loved for a lot of my life as well. Avengers Doomsday. This is, I believe, number 8. Again, not in order, just listing. Avengers Doomsday. Like I said, I'm kind of critical of MCU. Like I'm somebody who's always been like, for like a long time, like since I was in high school. I kind of got tired of like MCU back then.
Okay.
And I was like, it's probably got like 2 more years, and everybody's gonna get tired of it.
Like right after Endgame or before?
I think it's actually like before Endgame.
Really?
Yeah, I was already getting tired of it. Although I came around to actually respect that like that early, like first like 10 years of Marvel.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. I think that Infinity War and the original Avengers are like genuinely like classics. Like they're really, really great movies.
Plus, whenever Civil War came out,
Yeah.
it was already like this huge thing. So I can kind of get someone being like, well, it'll be huge for like a few more years, but eventually it'll like phase out a little bit.
No, but then it never did.
Because I think that's when it started though, like that it was already like the biggest thing in the world.
I think that like the Endgame and Infinity War were like the peak, and it's like, well, how do you follow that up? Like you can't possibly like top that.
Right.
And I think that the decisions that they made since then, kind of iffy. You know, kind of proved young me right for not like being into it. I think that like a lot of the movies, especially like the last like 3 years, have been like not very good. I like, and then like their whole thing got thrown off with Kang because Jonathan Majors turned out to be like terrible
criminal
as a person. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just unfortunate.
Have you heard anything about Doomsday?
I know like Robert Downey is back. I don't know a lot about it. Like,
have you heard that it's gonna involve the X-Men a lot?
I have heard that, and I also heard that it's being directed by the Russo brothers again.
Yeah. How do you feel about like the X-Men being a big part of it?
I think it might as well.
X-Men, Fantastic Four, and the Avengers.
Yeah.
Not the main Avengers, unfortunately, but you know some of them.
You know, we live in a world now where all of these characters can coexist as easily on screen as they could in comic books. So, I'm for it. Like, why not? You know.
Okay.
However, I'm skeptical, you know, like with the decisions that Marvel has been making for the last few years, that like, I feel like no matter how good the movie is, it's gonna like probably break records here. It's gonna make like $1 billion, and people are gonna give it like benefit of the doubt because it's like, it's an Avengers movie. You know, people are gonna go see it and give it a chance. But I think that if Avengers Doomsday is not good, I think Marvel's like done. Like I think that's really like their last hope.
Well, they're still doing Secret Wars no matter what.
Yeah.
But after that, it's supposed to be like a reboot, reset, no matter what. So.
But I mean, like their movies have been like bombing, you know. Like,
oh yeah,
like,
Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they've been bombing, and they've been like critically like bad as well.
Yeah.
So I think that if their big flagship like movie Avengers is also bad, and people are like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother seeing another Avengers movie even if Marvel puts one out, then they're like in real trouble. You know what I mean?
I think it'll make a ton of money though.
I think it will for sure, but
like it could be like the first $3 billion movie, which would be
crazy.
Nuts.
That'd be crazy. But
and I think even if it's like mid, I think it'll still cross $1 billion.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's gonna make that money no matter what.
Yeah,
because people are gonna go see it like regardless. But if it's good, Marvel might have saved themselves. If it's bad, I think that we might be seeing the end of like the MCU as we know it.
And at least it being like the biggest thing.
Yeah, like it's gonna have to like change or like, you know, just pivot like some kind of way.
Okay.
But obviously, like I gotta see how that plays out.
Oh yeah.
I also like the Avengers movies, so I'm like, you know, maybe it'll be good.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil, my number 10, because I've become a big Resident Evil fan in the last like couple years as well. Because my other roommate in California was a huge fan of them. She would play through them like over and over and over again. Like 8 came out, right? Like while we were living in California, and I got to see her like go through her process of like playing it and like having a really hard time, and then like playing it just again and again and again and unlocking all of the bonus stuff and just like. She always gets these games to a point where she could beat them in like one sitting, like in a few hours, like speed running.
Yeah.
So like, I have like a very personal like, what's the word? Connection like to those games now, and the fact too that like, in this era where internet filmmakers are getting their day in the sun finally, this guy, the director of it. I forget his name right now, but I don't know if you ever heard of the Whitest Kids, you know?
Mm-mm.
They were this old like sketch comedy group. Technically, they were on TV, but they are really funny. Sometimes their skits pop up and they hold up. They're really like edgy, like humor, like dark humor, but they're super good. And they were young, you know. They were like in their 20s when they were making those. They feel like homemade like YouTube videos or something. But basically now he's older and he's gotten to do like he did Weapons, and he did Barbarian, so he's a good filmmaker, and I think he's also a huge fan of Resident Evil. So I think the thing that makes like adaptations work is like you have to have somebody who like understands the source material
Yeah.
and is just a good filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Rarely do you get like the two like in one, and that's why a lot of video game movies are kind of bad.
Yeah.
You know.
It sounds good.
So I think it's gonna be cool. I'm just really excited for it.
Mhm.
You know, I'm gonna be there as close to day one as I can be.
Because there's been a Resident Evil movie before, right?
There's been like a few. There was like a series when I was a kid, starring this lady. I forget her name. But yeah, there was a series of them, but they weren't very faithful to the games, like at all. They were
Right.
basically just like an action series that was totally
With
like,
the name
different.
on it.
Yeah. My understanding is they're like okay,
Mm-hmm.
but again, like the idea of something being like very true to what the games are supposed to be and being a good movie,
Yeah.
you know, it's very like appealing to me.
Yeah. I like weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do my top 10 real quick.
Sure.
Okay, so my top 10 anticipated movies for 2026 to still come out. And this is as of right after Toy Story 5. Honorable mention, I put Jumanji Open World.
Ooh, I forgot
So,
about that.
making another Jumanji. I know, there's a bunch of stuff coming out this year.
Yeah.
Another Jumanji coming out. I enjoy all of them. I think this is like the fourth if you include the one with Robin Williams.
Mhm.
But I enjoy that one a lot. I enjoyed the two new ones with The Rock and Kevin Hart. As far as this one goes, I don't know how the quality will go, but it is supposed to be Jumanji coming to the open world this time instead of going into the game.
Whoa.
So that's what I'm excited about because that's what the old Jumanji was about. You
Mhm.
know, the game coming to the world. For my number 10, this is where I put Supergirl. I loved Superman a ton, so I'm excited for the new direction of DC, and this is, you know, the next step in it, so definitely excited for that.
Yeah.
Another honorable mention I have was for Lanterns, which is a DC show for the Green Lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
It looks okay as far as trailers go, but I love
So this
Green
is a show,
Lantern.
not a movie?
This one's a
Okay.
show, yeah. As far as what they've shown us, it looks okay, but I'm hoping that they're like saving their best cards.
Yeah.
Because I really like Green Lantern a lot. For number 9, I put Minions and Monsters, which comes out, I don't know, I think
That
July.
one almost made my list, to be honest.
I just think it's going to be the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
We'll see how it does, but I think this is going to be like this year's Minecraft, pretty much.
No, those movies are always fun. You know?
So, yeah, it's just like, just classic fun, something for the Facebook moms to enjoy.
Yeah.
But I think that movie's gonna be crazy. I don't know if it'll be any good, but they always hit. They always hit. Number 8, this one's a show. I put X-Men '97 season 2.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So Disney Plus basically started doing X-Men '97 again. X-Men '97 season 1 was phenomenal. It was really, really well. So I'm excited for the continuation of that. Season 2 comes out this year, so I'm super excited for that.
Maybe I should watch it. I never watched this.
Season 1's really good.
But I liked it actually. Like the old cartoon, actually, when I was a kid, I loved it. So
Yeah, I started revisiting it a bit because I hadn't seen it that much, but
Yeah.
after this one, I was going back a little bit
Nice.
because it's kind of a continuation. Like you don't need to watch both, but it is technically a continuation.
Oh.
Number 7, I have Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah,
one.
Hunger
That's
Games.
an honorable mention for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hunger Games was like, would you put it in your 10 or would it be an honorable mention?
I think. Let's see. Wait, did I even do Did I get all 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. I forgot to put Jackass. It was in there.
Yeah.
Jackass was like my number 10. I guess actually like.
Did it come out yet? I know it's close.
I don't think so.
I know
Did
it's
it?
close. I think it hasn't. No, because it comes out in theaters. I haven't seen it on that.
It would probably push Jackass off.
Okay. So you announced 9 right now?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, so it would be like around there.
Yeah.
So number 7, Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. I did read the book recently. Thought the book was like okay. Like I'm not an avid reader a whole lot, so maybe that has to do with it. But the Hunger Games, when it came to like 1, 2, and probably like 3, like that era, it was literally my favorite movie of all time. That's kind of what got me into like movies. Number 6, I have DC Clayface. So it's a DC horror movie.
That one's looking cool.
It looks cool. They released a trailer. It looks really good. I'm pretty excited for anything DC right now.
Because that one's gonna be. It's kind of like, yeah, like horror. Right?
Horror, body horror.
Yeah.
So I want to see how that does as a movie. I also want to see how it performs to general audiences.
Sure.
Number 5, I have Godzilla Minus Zero. I don't know when this one comes out, but it says 2026.
Yeah.
Godzilla Minus One was really good to me.
It was that was a pretty great movie.
I really enjoyed it. I want to see how it moves for Godzilla Minus Zero. But I just remember enjoying that movie a ton, so I'm definitely excited for that.
Nice.
Number 4, I put The Odyssey. And I do kind of have this relatively like in order. So number 4, I have The Odyssey just because I don't know the story.
Okay. Oh, really? Like not in high school or nothing? You didn't
No,
go-
nothing.
Whoa.
So I heard something about like a man needing to get home. That's all I know about it. Something about like a Cyclops.
The Odyssey goes hard, bro.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's a great story.
Maybe I'll read up on it. Maybe I'll just go into it blindly. I'm kind of thinking at this point because it's already summer.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to watch that. I don't watch IMAX a lot, but hopefully I can get my hands on an IMAX ticket. This is definitely the movie to
Oh
do it
yeah,
for.
IMAX 70mm.
Like shot for it.
You have to.
Have you done it?
Well, when I live in California, like you got opportunities like that all the time.
Yeah.
Like to see stuff
It's
on
full
film.
here. We
And
still
it's
have
like-
a theater here, which we're lucky, but
Yeah, but like just one thing is like in San Antonio, like there's hardly opportunities to actually see things on film.
yeah.
Much less like something new and like huge by like a great filmmaker.
Yeah.
So I'm
That
like
too.
I'm just like by merit of like what it is, like you gotta go see
Yeah.
a new Christopher Nolan movie like on film.
Yeah.
Like, Odyssey on 70mm for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
so usually I don't make the push to get like that type of ticket, but for this one I will definitely try.
yeah.
Plus the cast I'm super excited for. I think Pattinson, Tom Holland, Matt
Oh, yeah.
Damon. There's a ton of people in this movie. So and Zendaya's in this movie.
Yeah, actually I think so.
Zendaya's in this movie, so couldn't be more excited. Part 3, number 3, I put Dune Part 3.
Is that coming out this year?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Is
yeah,
that gonna be
that
on
also
your
would have
list?
made my list too, yeah.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
were calling it Doomsday. I think Dune and Avengers Doomsday come out the same weekend.
Oh no shit.
So yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely okay. That's somewhere high
Pretty
actually,
high,
but
okay.
definitely it scoots Hunger Games back off.
Yeah, that's true. So Dune, I really enjoyed Part 2. I haven't touched up on them in a little bit. I'm not familiar with the books, but as far as Part 1 and Part 2 go, I really enjoyed them. I think I'm gonna rewatch them both once to get a touch up because I think this needs to be touched up on a little bit.
Right.
But I love Dune Part 2. It was a lot of fun. I think the action was cool and like the character development of Lisa Nalgai was really cool.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like I said, it is pretty much in order of like my anticipated number 2. I did put Spider-Man, Brand New Day, just because I'm excited to see what they do. Like No Way Home was such a movement.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how they stick with that ending, or they're like, no, never mind, and they kind of pussy out and like, never mind, everything's okay again ending.
Yeah.
Plus, it has to tie into Doomsday somehow. We're getting a grounded Spider-Man, supposedly, even though there's like 20 million characters in this movie. So Spider-Man's my number 2, and number 1 I put Avengers Doomsday. Just because I have to see what they do with that movie. If I could only see one movie this year, I would pick that movie. I'm pretty high on it. I hope it's good. I think it has potential to be like a top 2 Avengers movie, which is high standard. But I'm really, really excited for Doomsday. I hope it's crazy. I hope it makes people mad. I hope that they do like the worst decisions ever. But it moves the story forward for Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So yeah, ton of movies coming out this year.
Nice. Good list.
Ton of movies coming out this year.
No, it's true. There really is a lot of stuff, and that's not even counting like international movies or a lot of like super indie stuff.
There's that movie
Probably
called
gonna be
Digger.
stuff.
Have you heard of Digger?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know anything about it.
I think it's Tom Cruise, right?
Is it Tom Cruise?
It's Tom Cruise, like in a, I don't want to say comedic role, but because they said he's done action for so long. It's him like in a comedic role.
Hey, that's cool. No, Tom Cruise is he's the goat.
Yeah, that's the one I
He can do
missed.
anything on film.